Alright, this is going to be a camera recording of my Arthur DVD collection, including some blank DVDs that I made, fan-made blank DVDs of Arthur that I made. First off, we'll look at 3 blank DVDs that I've made that I would imagine being released on December 18th, 2001. And here is, of course, one of them. Of course, the front and back is completely blank. But if you look over here, it's a fan-made Sony Wonder edition of Hooray for Health, which I put 3 episodes on the DVD. They are Arthur's Chicken Box, Sick as a Dog, and Arthur's Knee. And I might as well show you some stuff what I've done with the blank DVDs. Now, I'm going to be muting the television for the most part until I show you the PBS Kids logos and color background from all the findings. I'll mute the color backgrounds because there's an instrumental of the Arthur theme playing in the background. And just gonna fast forward through all this. Alright. So, the sponsors. I had Juicy Juice being the first sponsor, of course. Here's Post-Alphabet Cereal. Make the words that let you share your feelings version, that is. And, of course, I added Lego as the last sponsor here. And we have the Season 6 funding with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background that you see here. But look what comes after it. Here's something I added on here. I added the PBS Kids dot transformation ident, and there's a custom DVD menu for it too. Here we go. That was the fan-made DVD of Hooray for Health. Sony Wonder Edition, of course. Here's the next one. Case is completely blank as well. And it's a fan-made Sony Wonder edition of Arthur's Travel Adventures, which I would also imagine being released on December 18th, 2001. I'm gonna fast forward through all of it as well. I added Arthur's Family Vacation, DW Goes to Washington, and of course the Justin Bradley version of Citizen Frensky. Alright. Now, let's see. I had Lego being the first sponsor for this DVD. Juicy Juice. Then there's post-alphabets make up a million words that tell billions of stories. Then there's the Season 6 funding with the grassy green checkered grid background here. And you know what comes next? Hold on 1 second. Alright. Alright. You see what's next? Also having the 2000 PBS Kids Transformation ident. Here's the custom DVD menu that you saw. And that was the fan-made Sony Wonder edition of Arthur's Travel Adventures. Now there's another one, another fan-made release from December 18th, 2001. And of course, casing is blank. But this one's a fan-made Sony Wonder edition of Arthur Goes Back to School. And of course, for Arthur Goes Back to School Sony Wonder edition, I added the episodes Arthur's Substitute Teacher Trouble, Arthur's Lucky Pencil, and The Boy with His Head in the Clouds, Justin Bradley version. Alright. Now I'm gonna fast forward through everything. Like I did before. Alright, almost there. Here we go. This time I added post alphabet to make the words that let you share your feelings as the first sponsor. Pardon me, folks, that was just the computer receiving a notification. I added Juicy Juice as the last sponsor this time. And look, Season 6 funding with the Concord Grape Jelly purple checkerboard background this time. And you see what PBS Kids logo will come after this one? Dash Transformation. That's right. I included the PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident at the end of this fan-made DVD that I would imagine being released on December 18th, 2001, called Arthur Goes Back to School, because I was very disappointed that none of the Arthur DVD releases used the PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident until 2003, so that's why I included the Dash Transformation ident on this fan-made December 18th, 2001 Sony Wonder edition of Arthur Goes Back to School. That was part 1. Now we're on to part 2. For the first part, we looked at the free blank Sony Wonder DVDs of Arthur that I would imagine being released on December 18th, 2001. Now we get into 4 DVDs released on June 11th, 2002. 2 of them were also released on VHS in the same day, and the other 2 were released on VHS a year earlier. This one's Arthur's Great Summer, and this has Arthur Goes to Camp, The Sure Thing, and The Short Quick Summer. Now, let's see. I'm gonna push the mute button so that I do not risk getting copyrighted. And you're just gonna have to wait for the FBI warnings, Sony Wonder, and Random House Home Video logos to be over before I could fast forward through everything else. And all right. Here we go. Let's see what the sponsors are at the beginning this time. Juicy Juice is the first sponsor, just like with the fan-made DVD of Artwork Hooray for Health that I made. And Post Alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings is the next sponsor. And Lego is the last one. And then there is the Season 6 funding with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. And after this, it goes straight to the DVD menu. It does not have a PBS Kids logo at all. Next up is, of course, the the DVD of The Good Sport, Sony Wonder Edition from June 11, 2002. And it's got Good Sport, Muffy Soccer Shocker, and Francine Frensky Olympic Rider. And, of course, pushing the mute button. Alright, there's the menu, Alright. Let's see what the sponsor is at the beginning this time. It is Lego. Juicy Juice is the next sponsor. And then there's Post Alphabets make up 1,000,000 words to tell billions of stories. And the Season 6 funding with the grassy green checkered grid background this time. And the PBS Kids dot transformation ident. Arthur's Best School Days. It's got Arthur and the Square Dance, Team Trouble, and Buster Hits the Books. This was released on VHS a year earlier in 2001, before getting a DVD release on June 11th, 2002. And the DVD menu. I'm gonna fast forward through everything like I usually do. Alright. Alright. Let's see what it is here. Host alphabets, make the words that let you share your feelings is first. And then there's Lego. Season 5 version of the Lego ad. And Libby's Juicy Juice, Season 5 version of the Juicy Juice ad. Which means it's going to have the Season 5 funding at the end of the DVD. Yep, that's the Season 5 funding, and it's the blueberry blue flower bed background on this DVD. And you know what comes after this? The original 1999 PBS Kids Dot the Girl ident, where Dot ran up to the screen, which can also be found on numerous Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment DVD releases of Dragon Tales from 2000 to 2009, along with early JG the Jet Plane DVD releases from 2002. Now, I'm not going to show you the funding for the DVD of Arthur Goes to the Doctor, because it basically has the exact same funding credits order as this DVD of Arthur's Best School Days has. There's Arthur Goes to the Doctor DVD that I have here. It's got Arthur's Knee, Buster's Breathless, and The Lousy Week. And there's the disc. The funding order is exactly the same on this DVD of Arthur Goes to the Doctor as it was on Arthur's Best School Days. And Arthur Goes to the Doctor has the same sponsors in order as the DVD of Arthur's Best School Days, with post alphabets make the words that let you share your feelings first, the Season 5 Lego advertisement, the Season 5 Libby's Juicy Juice advertisement, the Season 5 funding of Arthur, again with the blueberry blue flower bed background, and in 1999 PBS Kids Dot the Girl ident, where Dot ran up to the screen. Alright, now we're going to look at the remainder of the 2002 DVD releases of Arthur. First one is Arthur's Scary Stories, which has Night Fright, What Scared Sue Ellen, and The Fright Stuff. It was released on DVD on July 16, 2002. Oh, we're just gonna wait until the Sony Wonder and Random House Home Video logos are over. Alright. Here's the early version of the Arthur Season 4 funding with the grassy green checkerboard background. Here's the Baby Gap ad. Lego is incorrectly sponsored on the back cover of the DVD for some reason, and although the older Libby's Juicy Juice ad was shown on the screen, the updated Libby's Juicy Juice logo was shown on the back cover. Here's Post Alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings. There's another version of the Season 4 funding which has a different version of Make Up a Million Words to Tell Billions of Stories instead of the Let You Share Your Feelings ad. And here's the original PBS Kids ident. And yeah, where the girl runs up to the screen. All right. Here's Arthur It's Only Rock and Roll, released on DVD on October 1st, 2002, just 1 week before PBS premiered the 7th season of Arthur, Season 7, and this special aired on television in 2002 to prepare for a brand new season of Arthur, which was Season 7 at the time. And Post Alphabets is the only sponsor on this DVD. And yeah, Season 7 was also the first season to use the 2002 PBS Kids Fishbowl and PBS Kids Snow Globe idents respectively. And this contains one of the two PBS Kids idents from 2002 that I mentioned. Alright. I know Soundcheck also has this DVD. And here's the Arthur It's Only Rock and Roll funding credits. Now, I think you already know what PBS Kids ident from 2002 was featured on this DVD, which I saw that exact same PBS Kids ident after watching an episode of Arthur back in 2003 after seeing the Season 7 funding with the green background. But here's the Arthur It's Only Rock and Roll funding. And you know what the PBS Kids ident is? It is the Fishbowl PBS Kids ident, which fades in and out. which had Dash looking at a goldfish in the fishbowl, imagining himself as an orange goldfish, and then getting eaten by Dot. And here's Arthur's Perfect Christmas DVD, released on October 8th, 2002. And yeah. All right. And here is the Arthur's Perfect Christmas funding. The Lego ad from Season 5. But with the words Happy Holidays. And the old 1997 to 2000 Libby's Juicy Juice ad. TV airings had the updated Libby's Juicy Juice ad from 2000, which is from Season 5. And the rest of the funding. And it does not have a PBS Kids ident at the end of this DVD. Alright. That was all the 2002 releases of... And now we get to the 2003 releases of Arthur. The ones released on January 14th, 2003. Here's Arthur's Family Fun. With the release date of January 14th, 2003, it's got Arthur and Los Vecinos, Sue-Ann's Little Sister, and Arthur's Family Feud. And, of course, there is a mistake in the sponsors at the end of the DVD. Because on the back cover, Chuck E. Cheese's is sponsored, but there is actually a mistake in the sponsors, which also happens with the DVD of Arthur's Snow Day. Alright. Muting the TV. Alright. Now I'm gonna fast forward through all of it, like I normally do. Alright. Chuck E. Cheese's is sponsored on the back cover of this DVD, but you know what appears on this DVD? Take a look for yourself. That's right. That's right. Lego is sponsored on the screen on this DVD, even though Chuck E. Cheese's is sponsored on the back cover. That is some silly mistake that they made. But here's Juicy Juice as the next sponsor. And Post Alphabets make up a million words to tell billions of stories. And here's the Arthur Season 6 funding with the Concord Grape, with the grassy green checkered grid background. The Season 6 funding with the grassy green checkered grid background, excuse me. And the PBS Kids Dot Transformation ident from 2000, which has Dot transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. It's the same sponsors and PBS Kids logo combination as the DVD of The Good Sport. Here's Arthur's Snow Day, released on January 14th, 2003. It's got the rat who came to dinner, the long dull winter, and the blizzard. And it's got the same mistake as Arthur's Family Fun had, which Lego is the sponsor on the screen, even though Chuck E. Cheese's is incorrectly sponsored on the back cover. Then it's got Libby's Juicy Juice and Post Alphabets Make Up a Million Words to Tell Billions of Stories, the Season 6 funding with the grassy green checker grid background, and the 2000 PBS Kids dot transformation ident at the end as well, just like with the DVD of Arthur's Family Fun. Here's Arthur Goes to Hollywood, DVD from January 14th, 2003, which has And Now Let's Talk to Some Kids, The Contest, and That's a Baby Show. And let's see. I'm gonna push the mute button. Here we go. And fast forward through everything. And of course, the early Season 4 funding with the grassy green checkered grid background. The older Libby's Juicy Juice ad from 1997 to 2000, even though the updated Libby's Juicy Juice logo's on the back cover. Baby Gap, even though Lego is incorrectly sponsored on the back cover. And Post Alphabets Make Up a Million Words to Tell Billions of Stories. And the original 1999 PBS Kids dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen Now, Arthur's Famous Friends, which has Arthur Meets Mr. Rogers, I'm a Poet, and My Music Rules. Basically, it's the same order of sponsors. It's a DVD of Arthur Goes to Hollywood, with the early Season 4 funding with the grassy green checker grid background, and then, of course, the Libby's Juicy Juice ad from 1997 to 2000, even though the updated Libby's Juicy Juice logo is on the back, and then the Baby Gap ad, even though Lego was incorrectly sponsored on the back cover. And then post-alphabets make up a million words to tell billions of stories, and the 1999 PBS Kids Dot the Girl ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. Alright, now we're going to get into the June 10th, 2003 DVD releases of Arthur, including one fan-made blank DVD of Arthur that I would also imagine being released on June 10th, 2003. But first, we're going to look at the real DVD releases of Arthur, released on June 10th, 2003 first. This Arthur's Tasty Treats, released June 10th, 2003, with Buster Sweet Success, the Justin Bradley version. By the way, all Sony Wonder DVD releases of Arthur that I have, with Season 6 episodes, released on DVD in 2002 and 2003, have the Justin Bradley versions of those episodes. That's Dessert Dilemma, and How the Cookie Crumbles. And here we go. Pushed the mute button. I'm gonna fast forward through everything like I usually do. Here we go. Let's see. The first sponsor is Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad from 2002. And then after that is Libby's Juicy Juice. And then post-alphabets make the words that let you share your feelings. And then this Season 7 through 8 funding, commonly used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns, and it's got the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. And the PBS Kids ident that comes after this is Gas Transformation from 2000. Now, the other free DVD releases from June 10th, 2003 that I have have the exact same order of sponsors, with Chuck E. Cheese's Juicy Juice and Post Alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings, with the Season 7 through 8 funding commonly used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns, with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza background, and the Dash Transformation ident as well, so there's no need to show you the sponsors for the next 3 DVDs because the sponsors are exactly the same, or in the same order. Here's Arthur's Best Friends, which has DW's Dear Friend, Arthur's Faraway Friend, and Buster's Back. At the end of this DVD of Arthur's Best Friends, it's got the same order of sponsors, the Season 7 through 8 funding with Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background, Dash Transformation, yada yada yada. Arthur's Baby, with Arthur's Baby, DW's Baby, and Arthur Babysits. At the end of this DVD, same order of sponsors, Velveeta Season 7 through 8 funding with Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background, Dash Transformation, yada yada yada. Obviously. And Arthur Writes a Story, which has Arthur Writes a Story, Locked in the Library, and I'd Rather Read It Myself. And at the end of this DVD, has the same order of sponsors, Season 7 through 8 funding with Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background, Dash Transformation, yada yada yada. And the PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident has Dash transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. Dash the boy, transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. And now, the fan-made blank DVD of Arthur that I would also imagine being released on June 10th, 2003, is, of course, the complete Season 7 set. Sony Wonder Edition, blank DVDs. I'm only going to show you discs 1 and 4 to cover the different color backgrounds and PBS Kids idents that follow the discs, that follow the color backgrounds on disc 1 and disc 4. I'm going to fast forward through everything. Here we go. Alright, for the first half of Disc 1 of Season 7, the sponsors in order are Juicy Juice first. Then Post Alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings. And then Chuck E. Cheese's Exercise is the last sponsor. And it looks like the Season 6 funding with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background, but it's not, because take a look. Corporation for Public Broadcasting comes afterwards, so it's Season 7 funding with Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background, and PBS Kids Dot Transformation ident. For the first half. Now for the second half. Alright. For the second half. Here we go. We're starting the second half. For the second half, the sponsors in order start off like this. Post-alphabets make up 1,000,000 words that tell billions of stories. And then Chuck E. Cheese's exercise. And then Libby's Juicy Juice is the last sponsor. And this time it has the Season 7 funding with the Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background rather than the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. And look, Corporation for Public Broadcasting. And you know what comes next? Dash transformation from 2000. So the first half uses dot transformation while the second half uses dash transformation. Thought it would be a pretty cool combination to have the dot transformation and dash transformation ident on the same disc for disc 1. Now for disc 4. Alright. Now I'm going to fast forward through everything. Here we go. The first half of disc 4. It has post-alphabets make the words that let you share your feelings being the first sponsor. Chuck E. Cheese's Exercise in 2002 is the next sponsor. And Libby's Juicy Juice is the last sponsor. And look, I actually created this by using a combination of the Season 6 funding and the Season 7 for 8 funding for use on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns to create the Season 7 funding with grassy green checker grid background. And the 2002 PBS Kids Fishbowl ident. That's the same PBS Kids logo and sponsor combination that I saw on a Rocky Mountain PBS program break back in 2003. Now, I know you are patiently waiting for a program break recorded after Arthur with the 2002 PBS Kids Snow Globe ident, but I did manage to put the PBS Kids Snow Globe ident in the second half of this DVD in case you really want to see it badly. Alright, here we go for the second half of disc 4. Well, let's see, the sponsor in order is, first is Chuck E. Cheese's Exercise. And then Juicy Juice is the next sponsor. And Jeremy Barton, I know you are waiting patiently to see a PBS Kids program break recorded after Arthur with the 2002 PBS Kids Snow Globe ident. But if you really want to see it really badly, I will just show you it, just for the sake of time. And for other viewers too, since there were absolutely no DVDs of Arthur with the PBS Kids Snow Globe ident, no real DVD releases of Arthur from Sony Wonder that had the PBS Kids Snow Globe ident, so I created some fan-made ones with the Snow Globe ident. Here's the Season 7 funding with the Concord Great Fairly purple checkerboard background. And there you go, the PBS Kids Snow Globe ident. I included the PBS Kids Snow Globe ident because I was very disappointed that none of the DVD releases of Arthur from Sony Wonder ever used the Snow Globe ident at all. That's why I made some blank DVDs of Arthur with the PBS Kids Snow Globe ident at the end, with fade in and fade out effects, just like with the Fishbowl ident. And here you go. All the June 10th, 2003 releases. Alright, now we get into the September 2nd, 2003 DVD releases, including one fan-made September 2nd, 2003 release. Wait a minute. There's another June 10th, 2003 release that I made as well, before we get into the September 2nd, 2003 releases. And that, of course, is the fan-made Sony Wonder Edition DVD of Arthur's Storybook, which has the same episodes as the respective VHS release from 2001. And the episodes are Just Desserts. The episodes are for Arthur's Storybook. The episodes are Just Desserts, Buster Hits the Books, and EW Tailspins. Here we go. Fast forwarding through everything. here we go. Now, for the sponsors in order for the fan-made DVD of Arthur's storybook, I had Chuck E. Cheese's Exercise being the first sponsor. Then Juicy Juice is the next one. And this one is Season 6 funding with Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background. And what comes next is Dash Transformation. Alright. Now we're going to get into the September 2nd, 2003 DVD releases. Starting with the real DVD releases from September 2nd, 2003, and then there's one fan-made one from September 2nd, 2003 that I made as well. First one is Arthur Gets Spooked. And it's got the Scare Your Pants Off Club, and Friday 13th, and The Boy Who Cried Comet. The last two episodes are the Justin Bradley versions, and they are from Season 6. Push the mute button. I'm going to fast forward through everything. Alright, let's see what the sponsors in order on this DVD are. First up, it's Post Alphabets Make Up a Million Words to Tell Billions of Stories. Then Chuck E. Cheese's Exercise from 2002. And Libby's Juicy Juice. And this one is the Season 6 funding with Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. And then the 2000 PBS Kids dot transformation ident, unlike the DVD of Arthur's Great Summer, which had no PBS Kids ident whatsoever. But this one has the dot transformation ident. Arthur Cracks the Case with DW's Snow Mystery, Arthur's Mystery Envelope, and Finders Keepers. Or Keepers, I should say. Mute button is already pushed. I'm gonna fast forward through everything. There we go. Now, let's see what the sponsors in order are this time. Juicy Juice is first. And post alphabets make the words that let you share your feelings. Chuck E. Cheese's Exercise is ad from 2002. And the Season 7 through 8 funding with the Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background, commonly used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns. And the PBS Kids ident that follows it is dot transformation. Next up is Arthur's Teacher Trouble, released on DVD September 2nd, 2003. It's got Arthur's Teacher Trouble, Arthur's Spelling Trouble, and Arthur Plays the Blues. Justin Bradley version of Arthur Plays the Blues, that is. And Arthur's Teacher Trouble DVD uses Chuck E. Cheese's Exercise being the first advertisement, then Juicy Juice, then Post Alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings, and Season 7 through 8 funding, with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background commonly used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns, and the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident at the end. Arthur's Pet Business, which has Arthur's Pet Business, DW the Copycat, and Pet Peeved. Here's the disc. And Arthur's Pet Business also has Chuck E. Cheese's being the first sponsor, then Juicy Juice, then Post Alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings, and the Season 7 through 8 funding with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background commonly used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns, and the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident as well. Here's a fan-made blank DVD from September 2nd, 2000, that I would imagine being released on September 2nd, 2003 as well. And it's the Sony Wonder DVD version of Arthur's Mystery Files, which has the episodes Arthur Accused, Fern's Slumber Party, and Binky Rules from the respective 2001 VHS release. Push the mute button. I'm gonna fast forward through everything. Alright, now for the sponsors in order. Juicy Juice is the first sponsor. And then Post Alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings. And then Chuck E. Cheese's Exercise. And Seasons 7 through 8 funding used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background. And 2000 PBS Kids Dot transformation ident. Alright, this is going to be the last video for tonight, so I'm going to be making more tomorrow. Alright. Now we're going to get into the January 27th, 2004 DVD releases of Arthur, and then one blank fan-made March 16th, 2004 DVD release that I would imagine being released on March 16th, 2004. But before that, we'll get into the January 27th, 2004 DVD releases first, starting with Arthur's Pet Follies. It has Francine and the Feline, Hide and Snake, and So Long Spanky. Teddy Grahams is mistakenly sponsored on the back cover of this DVD, but the DVD itself actually have the sponsors go like this. It starts off with Louie's Juicy Juice being the first sponsor. Then it has the post-alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings ad, and the Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad from 2002, and then it has the Arthur funding credits from season 7 through 8, with the Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background, commonly used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns, and the 2000 PBS Kids Dot Transformation ident. Now for Arthur's Pet Follies, it's basically the same order of sponsors. This is a DVD of Arthur Cracks the Case. This next DVD I have here is another DVD from January 27, 2004, Arthur Saves the Day, which has Buster Baxter Cat Saver, DW All Wet, and The Big Blow Up. Now I'm going to show you the sponsor, color background, and PBS Kids logo combination for this DVD, because this DVD of Arthur Saves the Day has a completely different colored background for the season 7 through 8 funding used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns that was not used on any of the 2003 DVD releases. The 2003 DVD releases with the season 7 through 8 funding with the used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns either had the purple background or the yellow background, but on this DVD of Arthur Saves the Day, it has a different colored background instead of yellow or purple. Alright. Had to push the mute button real quick. I'm gonna fast forward through everything. Alright, here we go. Let's see if the sponsor in order is this time. It's got post-alphabets make up a million words that tell billions of stories. As the first sponsor, then Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad from 2002, and then Libby's Juicy Juice is the last sponsor. Basically the same order of sponsors as the DVD of Arthur Gets Spooked. Except that DVD of Arthur Gets Spooked used the Season 6 funding with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background, whereas this DVD of Arthur Saves the Day uses the Season 7 through 8 funding commonly used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background. Hold on one second. So yeah. Alright, so basically this DVD of Arthur Saves the Day uses the Season 7 through 8 funding commonly used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background, which makes its first appearance for the first time ever. And we got the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident here. Alright. Next up, we have Arthur's Lost Library book, also released on January 27, 2004, and it's got Arthur's Lost Library book, DW's Imaginary Friend, and DW's Library card. And on this DVD of Arthur's Lost Library book, it has the same order of sponsors as the June 10th, 2003 DVD releases, with Chuck E. Cheese's Exercise being the first sponsor on this DVD of Arthur's Lost Library book, and then it has Libby's Juicy Juice and Post Alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings. And then it's got the Season 7 through 8, and then the Arthur's Lost Library book DVD has the Season 7 through 8 funding used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns, and it has the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background, and then the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident at the end. Next up is Arthur Makes the Team, also released on January 27, 2004, and it's got Arthur Makes the Team, Meek for a Week, and Arthur the Loser. Teddy Grahams is mistakenly sponsored on the back cover of this DVD again, but the order of sponsors on this DVD of Arthur Makes the Team go like this. It actually has Post Alphabets Make Up a Million Words to Tell Billions of Stories, then Chuck E. Cheese's Exercise, then Libby's Juicy Juice, and the Season 7 through 8 funding used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background, and then the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident at the end. The same order of sponsors as the DVD of Arthur Saves the Day. Alright. And now, here's a blank DVD that I would imagine being released on March 16th, 2004. And it is a fan-made Sony Wonder edition of Arthur Stands Up to Bullying. Now, for the episodes on this DVD that I put on the DVD of Arthur Stands Up to Bullying, I put Arthur's Big Hit, Buster and the Daredevils, and Bully for Binky. Now, for this DVD, I put an interesting combination of sponsors, and then added a color background with a PBS Kids ident that usually does not follow that background. And I put those rare combinations of sponsors, color backgrounds, and a PBS Kids ident that usually does not follow that background in an attempt to surprise all the viewers out there. Alright, here we go. Alright. Almost there, and there we go. Let's see what the order of sponsor is this time. Juicy Juice is the first sponsor. And then Teddy Graham's Snacks ad from 2004. And then the Chuck E. Cheese's World of Fun advertisement. Ignore the UNC TV screen bug, by the way. This was taken from a PBS Kids program break. Credit goes to Superkeegan9100 TV archive for that. And the Season 7 through 8 funding, commonly used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns, with the Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background. And then what comes after it. I put the 2002 PBS Kids Fishbowl ident in place of the dot transformation ident after the Season 7 through 8 funding, with the Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background for this DVD. So again, credit goes to Superkeegan9100 TV archive for the Chuck E. Cheese's World of Fun ad that I used for the blank DVDs of Arthur that I made. For some of them, at least. And additional credit also goes to James the PBS Kid, who also re-uploaded it too, so for the Chuck E. Cheese's World of Fun ad, at least. Anyway, alright everybody, now we're gonna go into a fan-made blank Sony Wonder DVD box set of Arthur that I made, that I would imagine being released on April 6, 2004, the same day Sony Wonder released the Sesame Street DVD, What's the Name of That Song? And you know what the DVD that I imagined would be released on April 6, 2004, the fan-made blank Sony Wonder DVD box set of Arthur that I made? Well, it is the complete Season 8 Sony Wonder DVD box set, fan-made blank Sony Wonder DVD box set that I would also imagine being released on April 6, 2004. Now, each of these DVDs of the complete Season 8, they have a different color background and PBS Kid logo combination before the Sony Wonder Online bumper, so I will show you all 5 discs. Starting with disc 1 of the complete Season 8, and they all come at the end of the second half of each disc of Season 8. Let's start with disc 1. Here we go. For disc 1 of the complete Season 8, the second half of disc 1 of the complete Season 8, Juicy Juice is the first sponsor. Post alphabets make the words that let you share your feelings. And Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad. Now, there's something different about the Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad on here for the complete Season 8 Disc 1. And it says ChuckECheese.com below it. Credit goes to Member Berries and James the PBS Kid for the original Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad video that I used to create the box set for Disc 1 of Season 8. Here's the Season 8 funding with Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. 2002 PBS Kids Fishbowl ident, and Sony Wonder Online bumper. Now that was disc 1 of the complete Season 8. And now, we go into Disc 2 of the complete Season 8. Alright, here we go. Now, for the second half of Disc 2 of the complete Season 8, we have Post Alphabets, Make Up a Million Words to Tell Billions of Stories is the first sponsor here. Chuck E. Cheese's Opening Door ad. And Libby's Juicy Juice is the last sponsor. And the Season 8 funding with the Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background, which I created it by using aspects from the Season 6 funding and the Season 7 through 8 funding used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns to create that. 2002 PBS Kids Snow Globe ident, and the Sony Wonder Online bumper. Now that was disc 2. Now for disc 3 of the complete Season 8. Alright, here we go for disc 3. I had Teddy Grahams being the first sponsor here. Chuck E. Cheese's opening door. Maybe Juicy Juice being the last sponsor here. Season 8 funding with Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background, even though TV airings of the Season 8 episode postcards from Buster had the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background instead, but for this one I added purple. 2000 PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident, and Sony Wonder Online bumper. Okay, so that was disc 3. Now for disc 4. Here we go. For the second half of disc 4 of Season 8. Juicy Juice is the first sponsor. Then Teddy Grahams Snacks ad comes next. And then Chuck E. Cheese's opening door. Season 8 funding with Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. And you know what PBS Kids ident comes after this on Disc 4? Disc 1 had Fishbowl. Now let's see what Disc 4 has. 2000 PBS Kids Dot Transformation ident and Sony Wonder Online bumper. Now that was Disc 4. Now we have one more disc of Season 8 left to look at. Disc 5 of the complete Season 8. Here we go. Alright. Here we go. Here's Disc 5, the second half of Disc 5. It has Chuck E. Cheese's World of Fun being the first advertisement. Credit goes to Superkeegan9100 TV archive and James the PBS Kid for that. Ignore the UNC TV screen bug, by the way. Libby's Juicy Juice is the second sponsor. And then Post Alphabets, spell the names and tell the world who we are, is the last sponsor. Season 8 funding with grassy green checkered grid background, which I used aspects from the Season 6 and Season 7 through 8 funding used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns to create that version. (2002) PBS Kids Fishbowl ident and Sony Wonder Online bumper. And there you have it! All 5 discs of the complete Season 8 that I would imagine being released on April 6, 2004. Here we go. Alright, now we get into a fan-made blank Sony Wonder DVD that I would imagine being released on May 25th, 2004, before we get into the June 8th, 2004 DVD releases after that. So this is the fan-made blank DVD that I would imagine being released on May 25th, 2004. And it is a fan-made Sony Wonder DVD version of Arthur's Birthday. I know the VHS version was released in 1999, but here's the fan-made DVD version from Sony Wonder that I made. For the DVD version of Arthur's Birthday, I started out with the first 2 episodes from the respective 1999 VHS release, those being Arthur's Birthday and Buster's New Friend. After that, though, I added 4 extra episodes, which the 4 extra episodes I included are Dad's Dessert Dilemma, Buster's Sweet Success, but unlike the DVD of Arthur's Tasty Treats, which had the Justin Bradley version of Buster's Sweet Success, the DVD of Arthur's Birthday, I included the Mark Rendell version of Buster's Sweet Success for the fan-made Sony Wonder DVD version of Arthur's Birthday. And then after that, I included the episodes DW Dancing Queen and the double-length Season 7 episode Elwood City Turns 100 as the last episode. And this has another PBS Kids logo combination that usually, with that PBS Kids ident usually not appearing after this colored background that I'm about to show you, to surprise everyone again. This has a color background with a PBS Kids ident that usually does not follow that background. So, just like with Arthur Stands Up to Bullying, this also happens with Arthur's birthday here. I also included a special version of the Arthur theme at the beginning and end with Ziggy Marley and the Backstreet Boys versions of the theme mixed together. But I'm not going to show that because I don't want to get a copyright claim or anything like that. Alright, here we go. Let's see what the order of sponsors are here. First off, it's Teddy Graham Snacks from 2004. Chuck E. Cheese's World of Fun. Which, again, credit goes to Superkeegan9100 and James TV Archive and James the PBS Kid for that Chuck E. Cheese's ad. Libby's Juicy Juice. Is the last sponsor. Season 7 through 8 funding, commonly used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background, but there's a different PBS Kids I included on this, but it's not the dash transformation ident, but it's something else. I included the 2002 PBS Kids Snow Globe ident after the Season 7 through 8 funding used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background to replace the dash transformation ident for this DVD. This was inspired by a DVD of Arthur's Tooth, which replaced the dot transformation ident with the fishbowl one after the Season 6 funding with the grassy green checkered grid background. Alright, now we get into the June 8th, 2004 DVD releases. Starting with Parents Are From Pluto, which has Kids Are From Earth, Parents Are From Pluto, My Dad the Garbage Man, and Mom and Dad Have a Great Big Fight. And push the mute button. Here we go. Post Alphabets Make Up a Million Words to Tell Billions of Stories is the first sponsor. Chuck E. Cheese's opening door. And Libby's Juicy Juice. And the Season 6 funding with the Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background. Now, I'm only going to be showing you the offer DVDs from until May 31st, 2005. Here's the PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident. In other words, or actually just the Sony Wonder and Our Time Family Entertainment releases, because these are the ones that have the color backgrounds and PBS Kids idents on them. Except for the last 3 Sony Wonder releases. That I have. Here's DW Thinks Big, with DW Thinks Big, Arthur and DW Clean Up, and For Whom the Bell Tolls. Alright. Eddie Graham Snacks is the first sponsor. For this DVD of DW Thinks Big. Season 7 through 8, funding use on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background. The 2000 PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident. 'Now, Arthur's Eyes, released June 8th, 2004 as well, with Arthur's Eyes, Francine's Bad Hair Day, and Draw. On this DVD, it has the same order of sponsors as Arthur Cracks the Case and Arthur's Pet Follies, with Libby's Juicy Juice being the first sponsor. Then Post Alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings. Then Chuck E. Cheese's Exercise. And by the way, Post Alphabets is also sponsored on the back cover, so it's correct. And then it's got the the DVD of Arthur's Eyes has the Season 7 through 8 funding use on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background. This would be the last DVD to use that color background in the Season 7 through 8 funding used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns. And the 2000 PBS Kids Dot Transformation ident. Now for Arthur's Family Vacation. It's got Arthur's Family Vacation, Grandpa Dave's Old Country Farm, and Arthur's Almost Boring Day. If they have different sponsor orders or something like that, I would also pop the DVD in to just show you guys. And I often push the mute button until we get to the PBS Kids
James,
logo.
Here is your reminder. Take a nap. James, here is your reminder. Take a nap.
Never mind that, folks. That was just my Alexa telling me to go to take a nap, which I'm going to do at some point later today. Here we go. It has Chuck E. Cheese's opening door being the first sponsor. For our first family vacation DVD. Juicy Juice is the next sponsor. And Teddy Grahams Snacks is the last one. Season 7 through 8 funding used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the Velveeta cheesy yellow pizza triangle background. And the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident. Alright. Alright, now we get into a blank Sony Wonder DVD of Arthur that I've made, that I would imagine being released on July 6th, 2004. And it was also given a VHS release in 1999, and the second one to only be released on VHS in reality. But I made a blank Sony Wonder DVD version of it. And it's called Arthur's TV Free Week. Now, for the DVD of Arthur's TV Free Week that I've made, I included the episodes Arthur's TV Free Week and Night Fright, which are also on the 1999 VHS release. And then I included the episode The Last of Mary Moo Cow as a bonus episode. All right. Here we go. Alright, Chuck E. Cheese's World of Fun is the first sponsor, in which all of the DVDs that I made with the Chuck E. Cheese's World of Fun advertisement, all credit goes to Superkeegan9100 TV archive and James the PBS Kid for the Chuck E. Cheese's World of Fun ad that I used to make blank DVDs of Arthur. So credit goes especially to Superkeegan9100 TV archive and James the PBS Kid for the World of Fun ad. Juicy Juice was the second sponsor, and here is Teddygrams. Season 7 through 8 funding used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. And there's something I included afterwards. It's not the dash transformation ident. But it is the 2002 PBS Kids Snow Globe ident. Next up, we get into the August 3rd, 2004 DVD releases. Arthur's School of Hard Knocks, which has Arthur versus the Very Mean Crossing Guard, Buster Makes the Grade, and DW all fired up. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Libby's Juicy Juice is the first sponsor for Arthur's School of Hard Knocks. And then there's Chuck E. Cheese's opening door. Chuck E. Cheese's opening door was the second. And here's Post Alphabet, spell the names and tell the world who we are. And the seasons 7 through 8 funding used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background. And 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident. Next up is Arthur's New Puppy, which has Arthur's New Puppy, Buster's Dino Dilemma, and Binky Barnes' Wingman. Teddy Grahams is mistakenly sponsored on the back cover of this DVD, but the actual sponsors in order are Chuck E. Cheese's Opening Door, then Libby's Juicy Juice, and then Post Alphabet, spell the names and tell the world who we are. And then the Arthur funding credits from season 7 through 8 with the grassy green checkered grid background. And then the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident. And for Arthur's First Sleepover, it's got Arthur's First Sleepover, Arthur's Lost Dog, and Water in the Brain. On this DVD, it has Juicy Juice being the first sponsor, after the funding for Arthur is provided by Screen for the first time, and then after the Juicy Juice sponsor, the funding for Arthur is provided by Screen appears again, and then it has the Teddy Grahams Snacks ad, and then the Chuck E. Cheese's Opening Door ad, and the Arthur funding credits from season 7 through 8 with the grassy green checkered grid background, and the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident. Now we get into an Our Time Family Entertainment DVD release from September 7th, 2004, Arthur Gets Along. With DW's Time Trouble, To Tell the Truth, and Waiting to Go. Alright. Alright, here we go. Alright, Libby's Juicy Juice is the first sponsor for Arthur Gets Along. Post Alphabets, Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings is the next one. And Chuck E. Cheese's Opening Door. And then after this, look what comes next. Corporation for Public Broadcasting, so it's Season 7 funding. Season 7 funding with the... Alright. The Season 7 funding with the Velveeta Pizza yellow triangle background. And the 2000 PBS Kids dot transformation ident. And yeah. And now we get into the October 5th, 2004 DVD releases. Here's Arthur's music medley. It's got Arthur Plays the Blues, Mark Rendell version this time, unlike Arthur's Teacher Trouble, which had the Justin Bradley version. Brother, Can You Spare a Clarinet, Mark Rendell version, and To Beat or Not to Beat. And for Whom the Bell Tolls on DW Thinks Big, that was the Mark Rendell version as well. Alright. I had to push the mute button. Alright, here we go. Alright, Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad from 2002 makes a surprise appearance on Arthur's music medley, just like on the DVD of Arthur's Eyes. Juicy Juice is the next sponsor. And Teddy Grahams is mistakenly sponsored on the back cover of the DVD of Arthur's music medley, but you know what comes afterwards? Post alphabets make the words that let you share your feelings. A bunch of 2004 DVD releases, they mess up the back cover by putting the wrong sponsor on the back. The Season 6 funding, let's see, is it Season 6? Yeah, Season 6 funding with Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background. And 2000 PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident. Next up is Arthur's Terrible Teasers. It's got Arthur's Underwear, Citizen Frensky, and Stolen Bike. By the way, this and Arthur's Music Medley are the very first DVDs to use the cookie jar logo on the back cover. Even though the Sinar logo would continue to be shown on the screen until June 14, 2005. And Post Alphabet is incorrectly sponsored on the back cover, but the sponsors in order are actually like this. It has Teddy Graham Snacks, and then Chuck E. Cheese's Opening Door, then Libby's Juicy Juice. And then the Arthur funding credits from Season 7 through 8 with the grassy green checkered grid background, commonly used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns. And the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident. Now for Arthur's Chicken Pox, which has Arthur's Chicken Pox, Arthur and the True Francine, and Double Tibble Trouble. Teddy Grahams is mistakenly sponsored on the back cover, but I'm going to be showing you what actually appears on this DVD. I'm popping this into a DVD player because the order is slightly different in the sponsor. The order of sponsors is slightly different on the DVD of Arthur's Chicken Pox than it is on the June 10th, 2003 DVD releases. So that's why I'm going to pop the DVD of Arthur's Chicken Pox in, see if you could see the difference. Alright, here we go. Chuck E. Cheese's Opening Door is the first sponsor for Arthur's Chicken Pox. And Juicy Juice is the next sponsor. And then Post Alphabets make the words that let you share your feelings. Basically the same order of sponsors as Arthur's Tasty Treats and the other June 10th, 2003 releases, but the Chuck E. Cheese's ad is different. It's even got the Season 7 through 8 funding used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. This would be the last DVD to use the yellow background in the Season 7 through 8 funding used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns. And a 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident. Alright. Now we get into the February 1st, 2005 DVD releases. Arthur's Money Matters. It's got Arthur Bounces Back, DW Tricks the Tooth Fairy, and more. Mark Rendell redubbed version. It's got, beginning with this DVD, Libby's Juicy Juice, Post Alphabets, and Teddy Grahams are all gone. And Chuck E. Cheese is the only sponsor. This was released almost 4 months after Arthur was moved into the PBS Kids GO block. However, Sony Wonder DVD releases of Arthur, as well as a couple of Our Time Family Entertainment DVD releases, released from early to mid 2005, still have PBS Kids logos at the end. Alright, I have to push the mute button. Alright, here we go. The first sponsor on the DVD of Arthur's Money Matters is Chuck E. Cheese's. In fact, that's the only sponsor. Season 6 funding. Let's see, Season 6? Yeah. Season 6 funding with Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background. And 2000 PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident. Next up is The Big Riddle. It's got Arthur and the Big Riddle, It's a No-Brainer, and Rhyme for Your Life. Mark Rendell redubbed version. There's something incredibly surprising about this DVD that I will show you. Alright. Chuck E. Cheese's opening door. Now, this is where the shocking thing happens. Take a look. Alright. Sorry if you couldn't see it that well, but it was a rather abridged version of the PBS Kids Dash transformation ident that just faded in at the part with Dash as a robot. Alright. Next up is Harper's Tooth. And it's got Harper's Tooth, Sick as a Dog, and Secret Life of Dogs and Babies, the more common redubbed Mark Rendell version. The original Justin Bradley version of The Secret Life of Dogs and Babies is incredibly hard to find. There is something very, very interesting about this DVD in that it has a color background and PBS Kids logo combination that usually never happens on TV airings. But it happens on this DVD specifically. Alright, I just had to push the mute button real quick. Here's the Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad. And this, take a look at what this is. Season 6 funding with grassy green checker grid background making a surprise appearance since 2003. And 2002 PBS Kids Fishbowl ident making a surprise appearance since 2002. Alright, this last February 1st, 2005 DVD, I'm not going to show you the sponsors on the DVD of Harper's Treasure Hunt, But here's Arthur's Treasure Hunt. And the episodes are Arthur's Treasure Hunt, The Chips Are Down, and Revenge of the Chip. The reason why I'm not showing the sponsors on this DVD is because it has the exact same sponsor and PBS Kids logo combination as Arthur's Money Matters, with the DVD of Arthur's Treasure Hunt having the Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, the Season 6 funding with Concord Grape Jelly Purple checkerboard background, and the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident. So yeah, that's Arthur's Treasure Hunt. Now we get into the releases from March to May 2005. Here's Arthur's Family Ties, released on March 8, 2005. It's got Castaway, Bitsy's Breakup, and Francine's Split Decision. Arthur's Family Ties is another Our Time Family Entertainment DVD release. Alright. It has the Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad. And Season 7 funding with Concord Grape Jelly Purple checkerboard background. And 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, which, according to a KBTC program break from 2003, the episode Elwood City Turned 100 had the PBS Kids Dash transformation ident at the end after the Season 7 funding with Concord Grape Jelly Purple checkerboard background. Now we get into the May 10th, 2005 DVD releases. You Are Arthur, It's got the episodes You Are Arthur, The Election, and The World Record. Alright, here we go. Chuck E. Cheese's Opening Door for the DVD of You Are Arthur. Rhodes 60-second cinnamon rolls. And this is the Season 6 funding with Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. And a 2000 PBS Kids Dot Transformation ident, which makes a surprise return on Sony Wonder DVDs, beginning with this one. Next one is Arthur Goes Crosswire. And it's got Arthur Goes Crosswire, Buster's Growing Grudge, and Poor Muffy. And the sponsors on this DVD are the same order as they are on the DVD of You Are Arthur. Chuck E. Cheese's Opening Door, then Rhodes 60-second cinnamon rolls. And it's Arthur Goes Crosswire also has the Season 6 funding with Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background and 2000 PBS Kids Dot Transformation ident at the end. Here's Arthur Goes on a Field Trip DVD from May 10th, 2005. It has Return of the King, DW Goes to Washington, and Sleep No More. Chuck E. Cheese's is the only sponsor. All right. Alright. Here we go. Chuck E. Cheese's opening door for Arthur Goes on a Field Trip. And the season 7 through 8 funding used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checker grid background. This and Arthur Makes a Movie are the last DVD releases to use it. And the last DVDs of Arthur to use the 2000 PBS Kids Transformation ident. And the Sony Wonder Online bumper. Here's Arthur Makes a Movie, and this has Arthur Makes a Movie, Francine Frensky Superstar, and Arthur the Unfunny. And this also has the Chuck E. Cheese's extra site opening door advertisement before the season 7 through 8 funding used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background and the 2000 PBS Kids Transformation ident. The last DVD. Alright. And we're almost done with the classic Arthur DVD collection with DVDs from 2002 to 2005. Last Our Time Family Entertainment DVD release of Arthur, Growing Up with Arthur. This has Desperately Seeking Stanley, Tales from the Crib, and Jenna's Bedtime Blues. It was originally released on May 31st, 2005, but this is a Funimation Entertainment reprint. Alright. Here we go. Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad for Growing Up with Arthur. And Rhodes 60-second cinnamon rolls. And the season 8 funding with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza triangle background. Let's see what comes next. Is it Dot Transformation or Fishbowl? It is Dot Transformation. Alright. Only one more part left. Now we get into the last 3 Sony Wonder releases of Arthur, plus 1 fan-made Our Time Family Entertainment release, and then we'll go over to the rest of the DVDs without showing the sponsors or something like that. Next up is Arthur's Computer Adventure. It's got Arthur's Computer Adventure, Arthur vs. the Piano, and Arthur's Lucky Pencil, released on June 14, 2005. It has the cookie jar logo zooming into the screen, and the sponsors are just Chuck E. Cheese's and Road 60-second cinnamon rolls, with no color background or PBS Kids ident. It just goes straight to the Sony Wonder Online bumper afterwards. The same also applies with the next 2 DVDs, with the same order of sponsors. DW Rides Again. With DW Rides Again, Arthur's Cousin Catastrophe and DW Flips has the same order of sponsors and stuff like that. And then it goes straight to the Sony Wonder Online bumper. And Arthur Gets Lost, which has Arthur Gets Lost, Arthur Cleans Up, and DW Gets Lost. Alright. One more fan-made blank DVD of Arthur left to go. It's a fan-made Our Time Family Entertainment release, which I would imagine being released on September 6, 2005. And it's called Arthur's Top 5. I put 5 episodes on this DVD since it's the top 5. I started out with Return of the Snowball from Season 7, and then Sue Ellen Chickens Out from Season 8, and then afterwards I added 3 Season 9 episodes, and they include Castles in the Sky, Buster's Green Thumb, and A is for Angry. Alright. Alright. Here we go. Let's see what the sponsors are here. I had Rhodes 60-second cinnamon rolls be the first sponsor for the fan-made Our Time Family Entertainment release of Arthur's Top 5. Then Chuck E. Cheese's Exercise with Avenger Chuck from 2004. And look, I added the Season 9 funding with Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background. And the 2004 PBS Kids GO Steps ident, which credit goes to a YouTube user named Becca for the original video of the PBS Kids GO ident that I used to make this DVD. Of Arthur's Top 5. Alright, now we get into the last 5 that I have. Binky Goes Nuts. With Binky Goes Nuts, Breezy Listening Blues, Arthur Weighs In and the Law of the Jungle Gym. It's from WGBH Boston Video. And it has the Season 9 funding with Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background on this DVD. And the Chuck E. Cheese's advertisements are Learning New Things, and the Exercises one with Avenger Chuck. The next 4 have the PBS Kids video logo with Dash using the DAW audio. Here's one of them, Arthur's Music Jamboree. It's got Arthur Plays the Blues, Buster Sweet Success, My Music Rules, Arthur versus the Piano, Brother Can You Spare a Clarinet, That's a Baby Show, The Big Blow Up, and Muffy's Soccer Shocker. And it has various Chuck E. Cheese's advertisements. Here's Arthur Hooray for Health, with Arthur's Chicken Pox, Sick as a Dog, Arthur's Tooth, DW the Picky Eater, Just Desserts, DW Gets Lost, Buster and the Daredevils, and the Big Dig. A Good Sport, with The Curse of the Greaves, Arthur Changes Gears, Room to Ride, The Good Sport, Arthur Makes a Team, The Frensky Family Fiasco, Crushed, and DW Rides Again. And Arthur Stands Up to Bullying, the last DVD. It's got The Last Tough Customer, Brains Chess Mess, So Funny I Forgot to Laugh, and The Best Day Ever. It's got the Chuck E. Cheese's Kite Flying Rockstar Chuck commercial, and the Season 16 funding with blue polka dotted background at the end. Alright, that's all they are for DVDs for this part, and blank DVDs as well. I hope you enjoyed it. See you later.